Hey, it's your boy Dustin from the Flying Chairs, the Rise podcast, and today, oh shit, you won't believe it. I got Elizabeth and Matt here. These guys are fucking awesome. I actually, we have some mutual friends that kind of linked us up, Crystal, and gotta thank her for that because she's probably gonna watch this episode. There you are, Crystal. But yeah, no, she told when I looked up you guys a little bit more, you guys have been getting your name out there, and this hotel here, the Bar Hotel, has some creepy history, and yeah, and you guys doing other investigations, I'm guessing all around Wisconsin.
Oh yeah,
cool. And yeah, there's so much here in Wisconsin, from haunted houses. We actually have a haunted bar here in Madison. I don't know if you ever heard of the Ohio bar. They had some ghosts TV shows and other documentaries go there and do their investigations and stuff. I thought it was really cool. That's like the known real hot spot here in Madison. So if you ever come through Madison, I'll take a gander with you. I heard they got really good they have really good tacos. But no, Elizabeth and Matt, can you tell my audience where you guys grew up and how you got together as one, and how you find yourself in Wisconsin?
I don't know. You want to go?
Well, obviously, you can tell from my accent, I'm not from Wisconsin. Although I do tell people when they come into our bar that I speak ye olde Humbirdian. It's always funny. But no, I'm originally from the UK. Been ghost hunting for many, many years in the UK. So I've always been interested in ghosts, UFOs, cryptids, anything spooky, out of the ordinary. And then I met my wonderful wife here through a mutual acquaintance. Ended up coming across the pond and we got married. And then and then we. I'll let you tell some more now.
Oh,
okay. That's so cute. I love it.
I'm a born and bred cheesehead. I'm originally from Rice Lake, so.
Oh, cool. Nice.
I am from here, but came back home after living in other states, for about, probably like 25 years of my life or so, moved out of the state, like right after, high school kind of thing, and bombed around. But yeah, I was living out in Massachusetts and, was working in theater, working in music. That's actually how we met. We were both concert promoters and DJs and stuff like that. And basically, we both have always had a passion for this. Like, he was always into stuff that was super creepy. I actually grew up in a haunted house. My parents unknowingly purchased a haunted house. So
oh my God.
It was like one of those where, it was a baptism by fire for me. And it just kind of, kind of set my path for my whole life. Goth kid, love my goth music, all that stuff, And so, yeah, working out there through a mutual friend, we connected. And then when COVID hit, of course, the arts were the first thing that closed and the last thing that reopened. Yeah. And so it was like everything we were doing just came to a standstill. And it was like, okay, well, what can we go do that's like safe? Nobody's gonna we won't hurt anybody. Nobody's gonna shame us for going and doing. We're like, well, let's
find some haunted.
Let's go find some haunted spots. Yeah, exactly. And then we were like, we realized that, our passion for it is still there so much. And with kind of the shit show that was the art scene, and it still is a shit show to this day. Let's face it, tickets are too expensive. I could go on. I could rant about that, let me tell you, but I won't. We just looked at it as we're like, yeah, let's do this now and let's pivot. And things kind of happened as they should, because we started looking for a haunted property, but we didn't tell anybody. And it was really weird. All of a sudden one day, one of my cousins out of the blue Facebook messaged me with a listing for this place. And she was like, hey, I was driving by on my Harley the other day and saw this place was for sale. And I thought it'd be right up your alley. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Get your butt back home.
We kind of bombed around that many different locations. We then started building a website called Team H Adventures.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You
Um,
see it?
yeah,
Oh, that's awesome. I like
and
that
then
logo. That's cute.
we
It's
started
cool.
documenting everywhere that we were going. We even go to visit horror film locations.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
We
sweet.
like to reenact like scenes from horror movie locations. Like, we've gone to like Camp Crystal Lake and like,
Oh,
reenacted some of
cool.
the murder scenes and like, stomped around like, we spent time on the East Coast, Woonsocket's where they filmed like Purge 3. So we went walking around Woonsocket
Really?
like and
Oh, that's crazy.
That's so cool.
So yeah, it kind of went from there. So we started to document all the places that we were like visiting, and because we travel all over the country, we were like, well, wouldn't it be cool to get our own haunted property? And then as she said, when COVID hit and everything went to crap with the arts, we were like, okay, let's pursue our dream of owning a haunted property to run events from. So, and here we are.
Nice. Oh, I can't wait to hear all about your experiences. Wow. And if customers have their own experiences, this is just fascinating. I can't wait to hear all about it.
So, where is this bar located?
We're in Humbird, Wisconsin, which is like, where's Humbird, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't think enough about that. And
It's-
I'm a Wisconsin boy myself. I love it all around I love traveling all around Wisconsin. There's so many cool hot spots and like
right.
little things that I just love.
Off the
And
beaten path stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me exactly where on the map of
We're
Wisconsin.
about, if you know where Eau Claire is, we are about, depending on how fast you drive, about 35 to 45 minutes
Okay.
southeast of Eau Claire.
Oh,
So
Claire. Okay, I know where that is.
nearest exit to us would be like Osseo if you're coming from Eau Claire, or Black River Falls exit if you're coming.
Black River
Yeah,
Falls.
see this. Wisconsin death trip.
Yep.
You ever heard of the Black River Falls Pyramid?
No.
No, I don't think I
Oh, I think I
have.
might have a picture of it. It's on private property, and
Of
there's
course.
Of course.
yeah.
Of course.
Who-
South is.
And then I did some research, and it's really weird because no one lives on the property. The people who do own it like live in Florida or something.
Hmm.
So it's just like gander out there. It's
Oops,
risk
I
getting
tripped
shot.
onto it. My
Uh,
bad.
Let me see if I can find the pictures. But no, it's a one standing stone that was carved out of like this one standing stone. The natives must have been carving the fuck out of it.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's just like a mysterious stone because it's like there's nothing there around it like it, and it's gigantic.
Hmm.
I know they found some like pyramids in the Great Lakes.
Yeah, we have Rock Lake and Lake Mills that
Yeah,
has
Rock
10
Lake.
pyramids with
Yeah, that's
Frank
crazy.
Frank Joseph. Um Here we go. Maybe I'm trying
I'm
to
in
find. Oh, there we go.
Wisconsin.
There we go. I'm showing you an old picture and then a new picture. Um, so this is the old one from the 1920s.
Oh,
That's
good.
cool.
But you can see that it's just like carved,
Hmm.
like
Yeah,
pyramid,
yeah.
and there's even like weird symbols and other things.
It's giving me some Whitewater vibes.
Right.
Interesting.
Hmm.
And it's like almost like a pyramid that they carved into this rock too.
Really
You
don't
see
know
that?
what we've never
Yeah,
heard of it.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's weird.
interesting.
Nobody's ever mentioned this
No.
to us. We're gonna have to like.
Wow.
And it's
Check it
Yeah,
out.
someone
down the
someone
road,
sneaked up
literally.
onto the property and took a modern day photograph
Oh,
of this
wow.
thing.
Huh.
That's cool.
Gosh, it almost looks like a train.
It
Yeah, it
does.
kind of does, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
But no,
the
it'd be
first-
kind of cool to actually like do more
Huh.
archaeology digs there or something, just
Right.
or see why were they carving into this thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you would love to know the backstory.
yeah,
That's
Seriously.
cool.
yeah.
Huh.
Investigate that one, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have to reach out to the owners.
Yeah.
Never hurts to ask, that's
Well,
for sure.
no.
We've done that before. Hey, can we come here? Sure. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't care you looking at a rock,
Yeah.
Right.
unless the government's like, this is ancient astronaut shit. You ain't getting close to this. No,
Yeah.
no, no.
Well, we've been losing some of those cats lately, so
I
yeah.
know, isn't that crazy?
It's like,
I better not disappear.
yeah. Oh, it's all BS. It's all BS. Yep, and that's why they're just dropping one by one.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, definitely.
Coincidental.
Yeah. Now, when you've visited these these movie sets like Camp Crystal Lake and
Yeah.
the other ones, now Camp Crystal Lake, that's New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably not too far from me because again, I'm in the Philadelphia area, but I have to make it a point to go out there and check it out. But have you ever got any kind of vibes? Like, have you ever just felt anything just by being at these, movie sets?
Well, I think the one we kind of felt like maybe we were like, that was a missed opportunity was when we were kind of shopping around. I think we were one of the first people to ever stay in the
In the
Buffalo
Buffalo
Bill
Bill
House.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, really?
And yeah, because
Nice.
we were stalking them
Yeah.
when we actually thought about buying it, but we were like, well, we know this is a movie set, but is it haunted? Because we really like the paranormal aspect too, and
And
so
took our gear with
we
us,
took
and
him here with us
it
there.
was lighting up.
Oh, it's totally haunted. That place is
Wow.
haunted. In Silence of the Lambs, in the scene, where she actually shoots Buffalo Bill in that dining room. Oh my God,
Mhm.
that dining room area is so lit
Mm.
in that house. And I was like, damn, yep, it is haunted.
Yes.
You can feel how intense, yeah, the energy is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a REM pod in there, and it just kept going. It just kept going
I was
off,
freaking out.
and it was always in the same spot as well. It
Yeah.
was,
Like the kitchenette
yeah.
area by the dining room.
And then
Yeah.
didn't we pick something up on the SLS camera on the
Oh
way?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, so sometimes those spots get stirred up. I
mhm.
mean, you think about the Curse of Poltergeist, which every
Yes.
Gen X kid knows.
That's for real. See,
Hmm.
I think those people did their homework way too well for that fucking movie. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Where they're like, okay, we're opening portals in this motherfucker.
Right? I mean,
No, seriously, there was, yeah, the curse of that girl getting that rare disease at a young age, and then
Mhm.
that Native
every
American
movie
guy dying shortly after that movie.
after every
Mhm.
movie, one of the kids died.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like
And
weird
they
fires
also,
on the state on the set too that
Yeah.
started.
I
Yeah.
mean, using real
They use real
skeletons
skeletons.
in that pit as well. They actually used real
Those are real
skeletons.
skeletons.
So
Yeah, I heard
you
about
wonder
that.
what
Yeah.
that kind of brought out as well,
Yeah.
to use real skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
like that woman should complain like, "Am I gonna get botulism? Like
Yeah.
hanging out with some bunch of corpses in this motherfucker?"
Yeah.
And then did they not tell her until like afterwards?
Yeah, they didn't tell her at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Well, that's
Jabez
fucked.
Williams. Yeah, she
That
Talk
is.
about a big lawsuit,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And who the hell's bodies are these?
Uh-huh.
Makes you wonder, what the fuck?
Uh-huh. That's
Epstein.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, God almighty.
Oh, that's wild. Yes, but how about in your own hotel bar? Oh my goodness. What are the most like intense experiences you or maybe customers have had?
So many of them.
Most intense. Let's see.
Um, for us to experience, I mean, there was the the thing hopping off the bar.
Oh yeah, I mean the poltergeist activity. We've had stuff go flying off the
Mm.
bar, but the Denise possessed phone call was
Yeah,
pretty messed up.
that was weird.
We were on a ghost hunt, and one of our guests' phone rang, and he had it on silent, as you would do on a ghost hunt, but he had an Apple Watch on, and he looked down at his watch. Next thing we know, he's answering the phone, and we're just like, who the hell is this guy answering the phone right now? Well, then
And this guy is actually from a reputable paranormal group.
yeah, so yeah, we were just like, what is he doing? And he holds up his phone, and the caller ID says Denise possessed.
Oh my goodness.
And they put her, he put her on speakerphone because we were just like, what? And proceeded to have like a 20-minute conversation with a woman who we weren't really sure what was going on. She sounded off, she claimed maybe she had been drinking, but
Well,
she also had that just kind of
it said he
weird,
was drunk.
weird kind of not when they just don't when somebody just doesn't sound right kind of thing,
Mhm.
and Let me tell you, we tried calling her back so many times, nobody's been able to get a hold of her.
Wow.
And it's really weird because he actually told us not too long ago, like maybe a month ago, he had a random voicemail on his phone again that like popped up, and it was like a cryptic message from this Denise woman again, like just saying something weird like I don't have much time. You need to find me or something like that. And it was like, what is this? Like this
Right.
was just insane. So yeah, oh, I got goosebumps just talking about
The
Oh my
we
goodness.
actually have the whole phone call conversation
on
on
YouTube.
our YouTube channel, on our Team H YouTube
I
channel.
love that. I
Right.
love that little.
So you can actually hear the whole, because we're always recording every time we're ghost hunting,
Yeah.
always recording, and so we have the whole conversation, and yeah, it was pretty weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool you have it. That's great to be able to capture that. That's really cool. Yes.
Well, I mean, sometimes we can. Obviously, there is the running joke in the paranormal community that, the spirits know when you're recording.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so they tend to sometimes do things, or do things when you're deliberately not paying attention.
Mhm.
The more you pay attention, the less they do. And you start turning your back, whatever, start playing, deck of cards or something like that. Then all of a sudden they're basically going, "Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm over here." So yeah, it's sometimes you're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yep.
Or you are recording and you've got the camera pointing in the
Wrong
in the
direction.
wrong direction. We've had that so many times.
Oh.
You're filming that way, something will happen over there, and we're like,
Missed it. Yeah.
That's so funny.
So we try to
Yes.
get stuff, and we're also very big on debunking too.
Yes.
Oh,
You're
that's cool.
not those people who are like, "That's a ghost, that's a ghost, that's a ghost, oh my
Mhm.
God,
Yeah,
everything's a
yeah.
ghost." Like we have run through here with a Gauss meter and tried to find all of our hot spots. We warn people about, making sure everybody goes on airplane mode when they come in
Oh,
here.
sure.
It's like, and if something does happen, our first instinct is to try to find, some
Yep.
sort of logical answer.
again,
Yep.
and then if
And
you
if you
can't
can't,
debunk it, you go, well, that
well,
was pretty weird then.
yep, well,
Mhm.
Yeah,
something, isn't it? Okay,
yeah.
yep. And
Yep.
there's
I
been
think
a
you get
lot
more
of,
respect in the field, more or
Yeah.
less,
yeah.
if you're trying to debunk at the
Mm.
same time doing the investigation. Because yeah, you're right. You just can't be like, "That's a ghost. That's a ghost."
Yeah.
It's
There's
just
there's
it's
so
just so
many
silly. You know.
there's so
Yep.
many things we see even on like some of the TV shows too. Like
Oh yeah, some of those TV
there's
shows are just whack.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's a clip I was watching the other day. I don't even remember where these two were, but they were using walkie-talkies, and oh, their REM pod was going off. Well, no shit, your REM pod's going to go off if you're using walkie-talkies.
Right.
You're
Yes,
actually
it's
creating
speeding.
electromagnetic interference there, kids.
And
Yes.
we found out that the hard way,
Yeah, we've tried that.
because
We know that.
we had our like radios, and as soon as you key the mic,
Yeah.
beep 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 beep. It's like, oh yeah, we're setting off the REM pods.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll shelve those.
Yeah, we
Yep.
can't use walkie-talkies in here, not even between floors. We'll
Mm.
set up every single REM pod in the whole damn building.
And,
Exactly.
and because we
Yes.
have like security cameras all over the place as well,
Mhm.
um, um, you can tell what's dust. You can tell what's an insect. You can tell what's a spider web.
It's an orb. It's an orb.
Because there's so many of these shows where they say, "Oh, this was caught on camera," and I'm there just going, "Ah, it's a spider web. We have
Mhm.
it all the time in the basement. It's a
Yeah.
spider web. We have it in the bar. It's a spider web. Oh, yeah, I've got to climb up there to get the spider webs down because they're showing up on the camera again."
Yep. It's true. You really have to go through the process of elimination. And like you said, look for that logical explanation. And I'm all about that too. And now I am with the paranormal team. Lately, I've been kind of drifting off and going a little solo, but me and one of the other members would butt heads for that reason, because I'm always like, no, it's not paranormal. And this person wants to chalk everything up to being paranormal. And yeah, we'll clash for that reason. So
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. You have to rule everything out first, because, like you said, something could be setting off your equipment. A lot of things give off EVP, So yeah. You have to watch your cell phones, and if you're investigating a home, you could be near the refrigerator, electrical outlets. There are so many things that could set off that EVP meter. So I'm right there with you. So yeah.
It,
Or It was Pazuzu.
There you go.
I'll
If he
fuck
shows up,
around.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm coming to get you.
He looks like a good scapegoat.
Yeah, right. No, that's another movie too, right?
Mhm.
Exorcist, man, they did their homework
Right.
so good on that one.
Yes.
Holy bitch.
And of course,
Mhm.
yeah, we've been to the Exorcist house
Oh, you
and
Have
have?
you?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Where's that located?
DC.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm. For some
Obviously,
reason, I thought
someone
that
lives
might be in the
there, so you
UK.
can't go
Yeah.
inside. But we've got photos from the outside, and right next door to it is that big,
The staircase.
yeah,
Yeah, the
where
notorious
where he jumps out the
yes.
window and goes down,
Yeah,
down
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
staircase.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Wow. And
got
did you
some.
feel any energy in there at all?
Well, around that area, absolutely. It's like a very old part of
Mm,
DC, and just like it just still feels that way. Like, I mean, there was not much visual effects done on the photography
mm.
on the outside around
Just a
there.
smoke
Sure,
machine,
sure.
Yeah,
probably.
just probably just like a fog machine, and that's it. I mean, what you see is what you get in that movie, let me tell
Sure,
you. So
sure,
it's
Yeah.
sure.
beautiful, from that creepy, perspective, especially at the bottom of the staircase. There's some energy down around in there, big time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, I was gonna say like even the UK has, I think, super haunted back alleys and streets and this like the even the sewers I can imagine just
Mhm.
crazy with it because um we had Jack the Ripper there and we had some other crazy killers and other weird unsolvable crimes and no back then, man, I can only imagine if you I don't know what you investigated over there in the UK. What was the craziest thing that you saw there in the UK?
Um, I went and investigated the oldest inn in Wales,
Oh,
which
cool.
is the Skirrid Inn.
Hmm.
It used to be a courthouse. I think it dates back to the 15th century, if my
Okay.
memory serves me correct. That place is lit. Um, it used to be a courthouse, and when they found people guilty, they used to hang them off the staircase.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They still have the beam. They moved the beam from the top of the stairs to the downstairs, so you could actually see the rope burn in the beam.
Oh, wow.
Neat.
How
Um,
many times has been used?
yeah, but the first time I ever went there, obviously it's a bar as well, but it's
Oh,
also
cool.
a hotel, and we had something to eat. Everybody left apart from um, me and my girlfriend at the time. We basically the guy behind the bar was cleaning up, and then he said, "Okay, I'm going to go home now. If you want any drinks, help yourself behind the bar. Just write it down, and I'll see you tomorrow." And we were like, "What? You're leaving us here all night by ourselves?" Because we thought they actually lived on site, and they didn't. It
Sure,
was like, okay, so that was even better because knowing you're the only person in the building as well. So if
sure,
you do hear something, you know it's not somebody else.
Mhm.
sure.
I did capture sound on camera.
Oh,
I've
cool.
lost the footage because prior to moving to the United States, my hard drive broke and I lost everything on it.
Dang
But I fell asleep with a camcorder in my hand. And it's ever so funny to watch because I'm sat there on bed with this camcorder in my hand
it.
and it's late. I've had a drink. So the camera just starts slowly going backwards, 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 backwards. Then it's pointing at the ceiling. Then you hear him start snoring. But not long into it, you hear footsteps on the stairs. And I was
Oh,
like, oh my God. Because like I thought I'm gonna watch this because wouldn't it be freaky if like a face appeared on the
yeah, I
camera?
was gonna say like a big.
Right.
So I just played it. But you hear footsteps on the stairs, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, that is awesome. There was knocking in the bar. One of the locals was talking to us after hours at the bar whilst the guy was cleaning up who owned the place. And as he was talking, there was a knock on the men's bathroom door, which is notoriously known for the like sort of latch to actually sort of rattle on its own. They welded it shut because it would just rattle on its own. So they actually
Huh.
welded it.
Wow.
But from that direction, you heard this loud knock, and this guy's just talking to me, and he hears the like knock, and he just turns around and goes, "Oh, hello," and then just and then just goes back to talking to me, because they all know the history of the place, and that it's so haunted. So, but that's a pretty cool place if you ever get to go over there.
That's
There's
really
a castle
cool.
in my hometown. I was in a reenactment society at the time, so we were all in our like reenactment garb.
Oh, cool.
And in the Undercroft, it's renowned to be haunted, and there's a cold spot in the center of the floor. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to sleep in the cold spot for the night. I had some of the most crazy dreams that night.
Paranormal.
Wow.
And
Wow.
at one point, it felt like somebody was, because I put a sheepskin rug down and I had this cloak over me, and it felt like someone was pulling the cloak off me. And I remember calling out, and there was a friend sleeping in the room at the time in a different area, and he said he vaguely heard me shout out at one. Well, that was a cool experience as well. So I think those are probably two of the most memorable ones I've had. So,
But like you said, you can trip over castles.
yeah, there's castles everywhere in the UK.
Oh, nice.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I so need to go. I need
That's what
to
I'm saying.
visit a castle.
There's just so much history, like
Yeah,
even ancient history, like monoliths and stuff
yeah,
there and everything else and mounds.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. We
That's
were
And
fucking
cool.
around in the UK back then.
you talking about like sewers being haunted, it's there's been reports because obviously like London was a Roman sort of city at one point, and some of the sewers there, people have reported to see legionnaires actually in
Oh,
the sea.
wow.
So yeah.
Nice.
I say John Merrick was there, the Elephant Man. Can you imagine that? Holy shit. That poor guy.
Yeah. Well, now, have you ever captured anything just over the top on I swear by my EVPs. That's to me is the gold standard. Yeah, have you ever captured anything that you were like, wow, this is mind blowing. We know that this was not this was most definitely paranormal and there is no questioning it.
That's recorded.
Recorded.
Let's see. I'm like trying to trip through in my brain some
Yeah,
of the different stuff that's happened.
we've been. Oh man, what was oh, the last ghost hunt. We were in the bar, and one of the girls that was on the ghost hunt said she. I'm partially deaf, so I didn't hear it. Everyone else heard it, but I didn't.
He's
But
the cameraman.
she heard somebody say hello that was coming from one of the area in the bar by in our hallway, and she said she asked everyone else, like, did anyone else hear that? And I said, well, I didn't, obviously, because being partially deaf, but some other people heard it. On the morning afterwards, she had her recorder on the bar at the time, and she played it back, and you hear it on the actual recording. At the time, I did check outside just to make, because on ghost hunts we're close to the public, but people still try the door. So I did actually check outside at the time, and then on the day after, when she played the recording back, I did go onto the security camera footage to check outside and also the hallway to see if there was anything in the hallway, and there was nothing there. So that was the most recent one.
Yeah, that's the most recent.
And then there was the one in the Humbird suite.
Well, we get disembodied voices pretty
Ooh.
frequently. There's at least 3 different ones I've heard. And I think probably the funniest one was the one when I was sitting behind the bar. And long story short, I can't name names or give too many specifics. Otherwise, somebody watching it, might be like, hey, but I was listening to an older couple tell me about how successful their business was and trying to give us, bless their hearts, they were trying to give us like, ideas and inspiration and things like that. And I was kind of sitting sideways at the bar. So like I had an ear that was toward them and I had an ear that was away from them that was toward the back bar. And I got that, it happens every time when they want to hit your ear. It almost feels you feel that atmospheric pressure change, and
Mhm.
it feels like you go underwater for a second. That's the best way I can describe it, right? And I heard a male voice just hit the ear that was by the back bar, and he was like, "Don't listen to him. He's full of shit."
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I was just like, I'm sitting there. It was just like me and this couple, and I was just going, so hard to not laugh. I'm like, oh my God, how do I turn it? Like, I can't turn and tell these people, like, yeah, well, somebody else here thinks that you're giving me you're
Yeah,
snow
the
talking and
runaround.
you're
Yeah.
full of shit, guys.
That's hilarious.
And they've also spoke to people that have come to the
Oh
bar as
yeah,
well,
yeah. Customers,
whispering in people's ears.
yeah, they've gotten the whisper in the ears too. And sometimes it's weird because sometimes they'll talk about things, from their time, and then sometimes like we have definitely have intelligent, active spirits in here,
Gossip.
Mhm.
and we have one that's a gossip. Oh,
Really?
oh yeah, she hangs out in the ladies' room in the bar actually.
Really?
Because where else are you going to get the best gossip, right?
Uh-huh,
Is in the
Ah,
ladies'
yeah.
that's
room
true.
in the
That's
bar,
funny.
She
right?
doesn't want to miss
And
anything. Yeah.
and yeah, she'll let you know. Like she actually gets ticked off at me when any of the lights are out in the bathroom. We have like chandeliers everywhere in here. There's even a chandelier in the
Yeah.
ladies' room. And if any of those light bulbs are out, like I'll go in the bathroom and she'll start flickering the light bulbs at me, like, hello, can you change the light bulbs in here? It's pretty funny, but yeah, we've had customers like there'll be some hot, juicy gossip that's going on, and we're trying to
Uh-huh.
keep, like our mouths shut about it. And then like somebody will come walking out of the bathroom like, so tell me what's going on with so and so.
But the icing
Like
on the
what?
cake is uh, this this one particular incident.
Yeah,
This
one thing.
person wasn't even from this area.
Yeah, she wasn't from here.
She was from New Jersey, and she didn't know anyone around here. And we were at the bar talking to her husband about some stuff that was going on.
But tap dancing around this particular
Yeah,
person.
we weren't mentioning any names
Yeah.
because obviously we don't want to spread rumors and that kind of
Mm-mm.
thing. She comes out of the bar. The first thing she says when she
Name
gets,
everything.
she
Just names
says,
drop. Don't
she
say the
said,
name.
she basically turns around and says, "Okay, so tell me about," and she says a name,
Mm-mm.
and
Wow.
we look at each other going, what?"
And
Like,
I
how is this
literally like
possible?
I like yelled at the bathroom. I'm like, we know her name's Abigail, and it's Abigail. She has told us that. It's not Abby, it's Abigail. But I was just like, Abigail, you're gonna get us in trouble. You need to shut up. Like, seriously, like, girl, like, stop it. Like,
So
you're stirring the pot, honey. Like,
we asked this lady what makes you say that? Because the first thing we said to her husband was, "This is the person we've just been talking."
yeah, the person that we were kind of tap dancing around and like telling you but not telling you about. And yeah, like, where did you get that name from, honey? She's like, I don't know. I was just, she was like total like New Jersey, like Jersey
Right.
Shore kind of goddess kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So I just
Oh, I
imagine
get
she's
it.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, she's
Philadelphia
like,
area.
I
I
don't
get how
know,
they
I'm
roll.
just washing my hands, and some voice
Uh-huh.
comes out of nowhere and says,
Yeah.
hey, you need to ask about so and so. So I dried my hands up and I came out and I'm asking about so and so. Well, you need to tell me. I was like,
That's
I'm
funny.
like,
That's so
did you not
awesome.
just realize that you had a paranormal experience in our bathroom? Like you literally just had like a
That's
ghost tell you
crazy.
what you.
You
Oh,
know,
I
I
guess I did, huh?
no,
That's so
I always
cool.
kind of like think in theory of like it must take so much energy for a spirit to come through this realm to kind of get a message out, even if it's so small, or even to move something. I don't know if you saw the movie Ghost, where the guy like he
Yeah.
dies and his wife with the clay and shit. He's in the train station and he meets another ghost that
Mm.
easily can just move shit at will. And he's just like, how the fuck are you doing this? I
Right.
can't do anything. I'm just going through shit. And then he explains finally, like, you have to take all your energy, all your emotion, all this, and stick it down your stomach and
Mm.
explode. And it's just like, do you think it's kind of like that in the spirit world where like they had to push so much to get like this so little, results in this realm here, you know what I'm saying? or like something that's so powerful and evil might be easier coming through, like Pazuzu. I love that name for some reason. It's so dope for like an evil demon.
There is no Dana, only Pazuzu.
Yeah, only Pazuzu.
Only Pazuzu.
Let me just turn my
Yeah.
head on around.
Now, have you ever had an experience? Because I had one in particular that I'll have to tell you about. But have you ever had like an experience that just freaked you out and it was intense and it maybe it wasn't scary, but just intense, whether it's something that was picked up on your recorder or maybe if you were touched or just felt energy being in a location and maybe like I know I've had experiences where I did not sleep for a week. I didn't know if you've ever had something like that happen to you where you were like, my goodness, I ruled everything out, but this is definitely paranormal and just wow, this was mind blowing. Anything like really just stands out.
As a black cat walks
Yeah.
behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, ghost hunting, when something happens, kind of get more excited than scared because
Mhm.
because that's what you're trying to achieve. You want a response. So when you
Right.
see these TV shows where they're running out the door and you're just like, what are you doing? You've got what you were after, and now you're
That's what you
running
came
away.
for.
You
Yeah.
know?
This is what you came
Yeah.
for. And now you're running away. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the same sense of like if an alien showed up at my front door, like when I greet it, where I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I've been talking about you for years. I know you're real, but holy fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, I mean, back in the 90s, um, up until, I mean, I used to suffer a lot from sleep paralysis, a lot. And back in the 90s, I was reading a lot of UFO stuff, a lot of UFO material at the
Yeah, yeah.
time and books, etc.
Abductions.
And I kind of got the impression that it was something, oh, am I being visited? But later in life, I still got sleep paralysis, and you always get that feeling of someone being in the room and you can't move, you can't shout out. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, that's probably the most scariest thing that I've experienced, from, is sleep paralysis. Is it supernatural? Probably not. But
Schools of thought on that.
yeah.
Yeah, could be, could not be. Yeah.
So that's the only scary thing that I've experienced is, I mean, I don't get it anymore, but I used to get it.
Often.
Like I say, more so in the 90s up into the um probably 2025. No, what are we on now? 20, no,
26.
no, 2015 was probably the last kind of time that I experienced it. So it's been a while. So
Yeah.
I've lived in a couple haunted houses. My parents' house was haunted and needed help by the Catholic Church to deal with it. It was
Oh, wow.
yeah, I mean, but I was too young at the time to remember. I was like one, two, three. They moved into the house when I was one. Long story short, a woman did die there, and their house, all of so since you love Wisconsin lore, and the entire downtown of Rice Lake is on leveled Indian burial ground.
Oh, there we go.
So literally 2 blocks from my parents' house is a park called Indian Mounds Park, and it's like literally the last like 8 burial mounds that remain.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's right next to the lake,
Don't
but
fuck with
that
that.
entire downtown was on it leveled Indian burial ground. My parents live close to the lake, close to downtown. So yeah, it's like very, very charged, earth and probably, very unhappy earth. But the priest, the local priest did help them get it under control. There was a little flare up when I was 12. And that was probably the scariest experience I ever had and that tracks, right? Because we all know that poltergeist activity sometimes is spurned on by hormonal changes in
Yes.
puberty. That's a very known phenomenon. And yeah, I was like 12 at the time. I don't remember where my brother was, and my parents had gone out to eat, and I was just like sitting downstairs in the living room by myself, and like literally all of a sudden, every single light, every single TV, and all of the bedrooms on the second floor turned on, the volumes were on full blast, like everything, like the second floor just lit up. And I was
Wow.
even by myself and I was like freaking out. And so I'm
Mhm.
like, okay. And like I go upstairs and I'm shutting off everything. And literally as I go to shut off like the last thing upstairs, it happened on the first floor.
Oh my goodness. That's
And
amazing.
and so I walk downstairs and I start doing the same thing. I'm shutting off everything, not fully understanding what's going on. And then it happened in the basement. And at this point, as a 12-year-old girl, I'm freaking the hell out. I grabbed the nearest baseball bat I could find. And I'm like
This
creeping
bat
down
will
the
go through
stairs,
this
going
thing.
like at this point, I was completely and totally like convinced somebody was in the house and somebody was fucking with me, right? And I was
Mhm.
just like, oh my God, like, I'm 12. This is like, this is like, yeah, an Epstein situation here or something. You're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, so I'm looking around, I'm shutting everything off again. Again, it happened on the first floor, and I'm not even kidding. And at this point, I was like losing it, right? And I was just like, okay. So I got upstairs on the first floor. I'm like creeping around everything I could. My parents basically came home finding me wedged in a corner, hiding behind one of the recliners with the baseball bat like this. Like, and that's where I stayed for like probably the next like 2 hours until they got home, kind of thing. And I just sat there. And my mom, like, my mom came walking in and she's just like, Lizzie, where are you? Da, da, da. And I was like, oh my God, mom, oh my God, And so I remember her face kind of creeping over the recliner and just looking at me like, what are you doing? And, I kind of told her what my experience was. And that's when she went, I guess it's time to tell you about the house because I
Oh, wow.
didn't know what happened before then. And that's
Mm.
when it was like, oh my God, what are you talking about? Like, I grew up in a haunted house. Like, I had a place that I lived actually in college too. Super freaking haunted. Like, I kid you not, like the day it was like this old duplex, and I had the first floor in the basement. And my friends that helped me move in that day, we were loading up everything, bringing it in the house. I go to open the basement door and like literally me and all three of my friends saw it. They were all behind me at the time. It was like this cloud. It was this amalgamous of like different, it was almost like you could see different faces. And it was everything from human to animal. And it was just like barreling up the steps in this like cloud of dust, it seemed like. And all these faces were forming in the process. And I just slammed the door. And I was like, everybody saw that, right? And they were like, uh-huh. And I'm like, okay. And we all just kind of described it to each other. And I'm like, thank God we're not all crazy. Okay, great.
It's like we all saw it. It must be happening.
So
Yes.
I kind of was like, okay, whatever this is super strong and super insane. And I'm a poor college student and I can't afford to move. So I basically did my witchy bitch thing. And I kind of like,
Which you
said, okay, this is your dance space in the
Uh-huh.
basement. And this is my dance space on the first floor. So, I'll let you
Yep.
play in the basement and you can have that. And I'll be up here. But, again, being a goth girl and being a little alty and everything, like I got the bright idea to tinfoil the living room walls. I thought that that looked really cool and everything. It was a pain in the ass. Don't ever do it, by the way. But I was like, oh, I'm gonna wallpaper the walls with tinfoil. It looks so cool. And like, I was going for that industrial,
Uh-huh.
like and everything. I could sit there in the living room and watch faces form in the freaking tinfoil.
Really?
It's like, yeah,
Damn,
morphing.
what kind of acid you got?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Seriously, I was like, somewhere to
Give
get
me
it.
some of that.
It was like I would see whole
I'll look at that
images,
tinfoil with you.
landscapes, beach scenes, like country scenes, trees would form, faces would form, and I was just like, again, I'd have friends over and be like, "You seeing
Do you
that
see what
shit?"
I see?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. They that one ended up getting demolished like right after
Really?
I moved out.
That's
There was
wild.
there was some weird bad juju in there. It wasn't like I didn't feel like I was dealing with anything intelligent. I felt like I
Right.
was dealing with this hodgepodge of leftover energy that had somehow
That's
manifested
bad.
itself into this
Hmm.
like blob thing that
Right.
was just like it had taken on a life of its own. And I'm like, you're
Hmm.
not even natural. Like there's nothing natural to this at all. So it was
Right. It's like
very
just forming its own, yeah, shape. Yep.
yeah, it was
All
so
the
weird. And
energy.
that's the first
Mhm.
time I've ever dealt with anything like that, where it was just super like such a mix of just what I felt like was bits and pieces of like different energies that had
Mhm.
just kind of collided together. It was so weird.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are probably my worst, creepiest experiences. Because yeah,
Mm.
I definitely had nightmares after some of those moments. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've never, as an investigator, I've never went into an investigation and left there screaming, frightened by any means.
No.
But the one thing that stands out, I wouldn't say it's frightening, but I just was absolutely blown away by what we captured. So now I technically live in Delaware. I am right near the Pennsylvania state line. So that's why I tell people I live in the Philadelphia area. Now, in Lower Delaware, there is something called the Lightship Overfalls. It's in a town called Lewis, and it's one of the last remaining floating lighthouses ever. So there's a lot of history in that place. And me and my team went to investigate it. It's in a little town called Lewis, and this floating lighthouse is reported to be haunted. So we were granted the privilege to go in and check it out. And it was raining cats and dogs that night, and it was just the three of us. We were locked in there, and our equipment was going off. And I'm all about the process of elimination, but we did an EVP session, and again, it was just three of us. We did not hear it at the time, but when I went to go back and listen to my recorder, a woman's voice, clear as day, it was not a whisper. She said, and it still freaks me out to mimic her, but she went, "Hello, help me," and she had a bit of an accent. Um, and this was after my teammate asked, uh, "What was your experience when you were stationed here during World War II?" It was something like that. But that's the response we got. It was almost like she was singing out clear as day. And I didn't sleep for a week because I have never captured anything, that clear.
Wow.
So that actually made the local paper in Lewis.
Oh,
The
wow.
locals were blown away. So that was really cool. But that really blew my mind. And that really made me say, you know what? Something is out there. I mean, there was no question about that. That was not me. That was not my voice. That was not the guys. So who was it? You know?
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was
Being
cool.
in rural Wisconsin, we will get people all the time that are like, I don't believe in this, or if I don't see it, I don't believe it. And
Right.
we have a couple of stock answers, and one of my favorites is, well, you don't have to believe in ghosts because they believe in you.
Yep.
And basically what that saying is meant to be is like, sometimes you're made a believer. Like my parents were not the people that readily believed in this stuff until they accidentally bought a haunted house. So,
There you go.
sometimes you're made a believer regardless of whether or not you want to believe. And then the other thing is reminding people of basic biology and science. Our eyes are not capable of seeing the full spectrum of light. Our ears are not
Yeah.
capable of hearing the full
Yeah,
spectrum of sound.
absolutely.
That's
If you
right.
honestly believe that seeing is believing and hearing is believing, you are actually denying a part of reality, that exists outside of what our physical limitations are. But just because we're limited to that doesn't mean it's not there. So, I mean, because it's scientifically proven that there are frequencies and spectrums
I
of
love
light
the
that we
frequency
cannot see.
theories too, because
Um,
they talk about like even like in the same frequency, like right now where I'm sitting, there could be dinosaurs roaming around, and there could
Right?
be like pirates from like the 1700s around this motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird
um,
ass shit. But no, you're right. There's this weird dimensions through the frequencies, and then what we can
Mhm.
see, and that's why the extraterrestrials are so easily go through and in and out these dimensions and frequencies so easily. Yeah,
Right.
sorry, just had to
Sound.
say that loud.
I'm a card
Had to.
carrying, degree holding, music production recording engineer. And let me tell you, whenever anybody has ever been like, oh, like guns are bad, I'm like, you don't know what I could do to you with a sonic weapon, kids. Like
Yep.
Yeah,
sound
right.
is sound is so much more powerful than people give it credit for. And like, not for nothing, dig into, even there was a guy back in like the 1920s who totally cured cancer with sound, and oops,
Uh,
like he got offed. What a shock, as these things happen whenever a cure kind of comes along. But sound is amazing. Sound can do a lot of stuff.
but yeah, I think it's why children see ghosts more because they're more open to it as well.
Mhm.
They haven't got the rat race kind of bringing them down to take all the sensors away from them, because and it's why I think children see a lot more than adults, because there comes a point when, I mean, back when I was a teenager, I was meditating a lot. I was experimenting with astral projection a lot, and it gets to a point where you stop doing it because life takes over, and
Reality.
yeah,
takes over.
basically,
Yeah.
and so children are more open to it, and
I have a theory on, I have my own personal theory on why children are more open to. I mean, besides just not knowing yet that, what they're seeing, they shouldn't be seeing, because they don't have that societal kind of norm on there. My theory is the formation of the skull. So, we all know that when children are born, their skull is not fully formed. If it was, then every woman would be torn asunder. It takes years and years for our skulls to fully form and to fully fuse. And I think that when we're younger and our skull is more open, our internal antennas are more open and we can pick it up a little bit more. And then as our skulls start forming and start solidify, what is it, by age 35, I think your skull is like 100% fully formed and you don't have any like breaks in it anymore or anything like that. Then
Mine's fully.
we can be completely shut off by that time. It can be really hard. If you haven't learned how to use that antenna by then, it can be hard to turn it back on. So I think that that's part of it too, is that our skull is not fully formed yet. And we can kind of tune in, we can send out the waves and kind of connect them a little bit better. That's just my personal thought.
interesting.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that like there's something like, I don't know if it's an entity or something that's keeping us only to a certain amount of technology, kind of like the guy who invented a car that ran on water.
Oh yeah.
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 And he was trying to get this patent, and he ended up dying at what was it, Crack and Barrel? And while he was screaming when he ran out, he's like, "Someone poisoned me!" And he just collapsed and died.
If you invent something, don't patent it.
Don't patent it. That's,
Every time people patent it, that's when they start dying mysteriously.
every single person who's ever patented a free energy device has magically been off.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah.
This guy could change the world, man. God, no one would care about the gas prices no more. You go full on war with everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. You don't know, like, is it human greed? Is it like, are we, the theory of we're just here as workhorses for the aliens? We're actually the kind of like bastard children slave race for the aliens, that we're just here to mine gold for them and be their little bitches, and they have to give us the illusion of free will, but keep us entertained with each other and fighting each other. So
It's so weird that it's like the 1%ers on top are like the weird twisted pedophile fucks. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Why is it? That should be the total opposite. That should be like the bottom of society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's glorified and like
there's a crazy.
We're godlike now.
Yeah,
because we're fucking kids. Because God, we're doing it. I don't know what reasons. Shit.
Or maybe they've talked to the aliens and, like we used to joke, like, again, I'm going to show my age a little bit. We used to joke about who's the guy that used to host like the New Year's Eve party all the time?
What was it?
Oh God.
What was his name?
Van Dyke. God, what was his
Ed
name?
McMahon. No.
Oh God.
Vic
You know
McMahon?
who I'm talking about, right?
I don't know. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. Every year we were like, okay, they gave him another zhuzh from the fountain of life because
he was older.
Yeah, the fucker wouldn't die. And everybody was just like, why is like obviously there's some secret juice that they're giving people in Hollywood. They just can't.
Cocaine.
It's called Botox.
Yeah.
It's all the placenta cells and stuff like that,
Yeah. That's how I stay young. I drink children's blood. That adrenochrome is so damn sweet.
Oh my
Not really
goodness.
to people who can't take a joke watching this.
Yeah. Well, they should know me. I'm edgy as fuck. So go on somewhere else, bitches.
That's exactly right. If you're watching this, you know what you're getting into. So that's,
Yeah, what the
that's the way
fuck?
it goes. Yep.
Well, you
Yeah.
got to remember, Wisconsin's a land of us, like, most of us are at least half German running around here. So it's that whole German thing of being super literal, right? Like, why would you say something you don't mean? This doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense. So,
Schadenfreude.
Oh my
How
But
goodness.
did
no.
you guys get into all this stuff? Out of
How
curiosity.
do we? Or
Yeah. Yeah, Dustin.
well, my own separate story. So, I had my own personal UFO experience back in 2012 on the west side of Madison when I was leaving my ex-girlfriend's house my girlfriend's house at the time, and I was walking to my car, and I so happened to look into the sky, and out of the fucking clouds comes this black silhouette of a boomerang shape with
Mhm.
five white dim lights coming to slower down, closer and closer. I'm like, oh, that's a cool military plane. I'm like, but there's no military bases with bombers around here. So I was kind of like just looking at it, and it's coming over the treetops, about 40 feet above the treetops, and it's as big as a school bus. And that was just wigging me out. I was like, why is it, a plane would be way bigger than a school bus. But again, it's just like there weren't giant drones like that. And it was dead silent. That's when my hair stood up and my stomach dropped, and I ran back to my girlfriend. I was like, "Oh my God, you wouldn't believe what I just saw." And then I found out that Wisconsin. Then that's kind of started the snowball. Finding out that Wisconsin's a treasure trove for modern day UFO sightings and ancient astronauts. We have three towns here in Wisconsin that claim to be the UFO capital of the world: Dundee, Belleville, Elmwood. Elmwood is the longest running one with probably since the 1940s. We got George Wheeler, who's the sheriff there. It had two sightings. The second sighting blasted him with a blue beam, died 6 months later with radiation poison. And yeah, that's J. Allen Hynek got involved here, and
Oh,
Colonel Wendell
right.
Stevens and stuff like that with other cases with Mark Coltrane in Colfax, Wisconsin, to Joe Simonton, Eagle River, to just some other big cases. Well, I don't know if you knew that the first UFO organization that started in the United States started in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, with Cora
No.
Lorenzen and Jim Lorenzen. Like it just says so much about Wisconsin.
Right.
Like if the first UFO organization that started, it started back in 1952. So again, like what the? That's why I love. I'm not leaving Wisconsin. There's too much shit here. This is the Disneyland of the galaxy, if anything. But
I like to tell people that one of the reasons why Wisconsinites are so quirky is because we actually sit on one of the largest quartz deposits of the world.
yeah.
So,
Well, maybe that's one reason why
and
they're seeing so many damn things.
well, exactly. We walk around on charged earth every day. Like, so, I mean, there's gonna be some weird stuff that happens around here.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
all.
like one of the more ancient sites here in Wisconsin. I don't know if you checked out Dundee Mountain in Dundee, by
Mm-hmm.
Long Lake.
Oh, I know where Long Lake is. I probably have been there and probably didn't even
They
realize
have
it
a
was
camp. They
a
have a
thing.
campground right in the base of the mountain, and it's actually pretty cool how it was formed because Wisconsin was one of the last glaciers, and when it
Mhm.
was melting away, there was a running river that was underneath the glacier that was pulling these gigantic boulder rocks, and they're just kind of stacking up on each other, and it just kind of formed how it was. So it's this big giant mountain of rock. But ever since that was formed and the natives were around that area, they called it Spirit Hill because there was so much crazy phenomenon happening in that around that hill or on top of the hill and stuff flying around. So, and then we have modern day sightings of tons of sightings of UFOs hovering and flying by Dundee Mountain. And there's cases and theories that there's a pyramid on the bottom of this, um, the pileup of rock. I don't believe so, but who knows? It could be this, again, like minerals, because I think a lot of the extraterrestrials are very interested in earth minerals and what they use
Mhm.
for their crafts and stuff like that. And that's one reason why we're here again with the Anunnaki, talking with the ancient Samaritans. Well, and I love the Hopi culture. I have a whole, you should see, I'm a huge antique collector too, besides other stuff. I collect a lot of Native American stuff from the Hopi basically and the Navajo. But I have like a big collection of Kachina dolls and other things.
Mm.
But they have stories of talking about the Kachina introducing them to the ant people underground that saved them to the two cataclysms that happened on Earth. With one, the first one was like an asteroid strike, and the other one was the Ice Age. But these ant people showed the humans how to grow food indoors and other traits and other things. Well, until Earth was well enough to go and live upon again. Um, but no, it's funny in the Hopi language, Anu means ant and friends is Naki. So
Ah,
Anunnaki, ant
That's cool.
friends. So it's like
didn't know
makes you
that.
wonder. There's a
Interesting.
connection.
I mean, are you familiar with the Lindsay Lights at all?
Lindsay Lights. Is
No.
that that woman who filmed?
Uh, Basically, um, the author of this book, Betty Ockerell,
Can you see it?
Yeah.
yeah, and she heard about our bar from a friend, so she came in to see us. And we were talking about the ghosts, etc. And then she just happened to bring up because she could see that we had like sort of UFO things up on the wall as well. She mentioned that she had seen some mysterious lights and she wrote a book about it. And she started to tell us about her experiences, how they moved to a house near like Lindsay back in '97, I think it was.
It's Lindsay's not that
And
far
then
from Marshfield,
yeah,
Oh, okay.
by the way,
it's
just
like
for reference.
it's like
Yeah.
32 miles west of us and 10 miles south west of Marshfield.
Mhm.
And she started to tell us about the experiences that she had, and she started going on about all the things she saw about V-shaped lights in the sky, and the lights would blink off one by one, flaming orbs above the treetops,
Oh my God.
um, like glitter is how they described it in the clouds. And after the experiences of seeing some of the lights, they would see this like shimmering like glitter.
Hmm.
Huh.
Um, and when she told us this, the only thing that I was saying, we're like, have you got this book? We will put this book in the bar and sell these and actually sell this for you if you really want to. So she did. She
Oh,
actually brought some down for us to sell.
Mhm.
And we really want to get her in here to do a talk as well. But I just wondered if you'd heard of, had actually heard,
I
actually
should get her on my
Lindsay like,
podcast. What the fuck
Yeah,
am
I
I
was
doing?
thinking that, Dustin.
oh yeah,
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
she probably would not do
yeah.
that. We love Betty. She's a sweetheart, and she has a very typical Wisconsin story to that. In that she said, when she was telling us about this, she was like, "Of course, when I was first telling my neighbors and stuff about." Seeing these lights, they were like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know. Well, then she writes the book and she said it brought all the kids to my yard. Like literally, she said people started knocking on my front door. Neighbors and stuff are knocking on my front door and going, "Oh yeah, I've seen it too. Oh my gosh, yeah, yeah, yeah." And so we laughed about how, sometimes all it takes is that one person to be open
Mhm.
about talking about this.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, then everybody else feels comfortable about talking about it. Because yeah, we definitely faced backlash from some people when we first opened. Some people straight up were
No.
like, I don't believe in this and I'm not supporting you and da da da. Okay, fine. That's
Well,
fine.
you come there just to say that, you
I
fucking
know.
jackass.
Some
Right.
people, yeah, some people have because former owners, there's like a couple former owners that kind of entertain the paranormal idea here, but I would also tell people, oh yeah, it's not real to people that like weren't comfortable about it. So
Sure.
they were kind of like, they were
It's
afraid of
just a
driving people
theme.
away. Where we knew better coming into this. We're like, are you kidding me? That's going to bring people here because
Yes.
it's legitimate. Then it brings people here.
Although
Exactly.
we did have like a couple in yesterday, and the one girl, as soon as I mentioned it being haunted, she started freaking out.
Really?
That does happen on occasion. On occasion.
She was like, "I'm not going to take something home with me, am I?" I was like, "No, no, just set your boundaries. Just
Yeah.
say they that they can't leave with you as you leave." And
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
she started freaking out a little bit.
I
Yeah.
would say, listen, the ghosts like it here. We got a bar, we got a hotel. Why would they want to
Yeah.
leave? We got
We
cool,
actually
cool patrons. Yeah.
we
No,
actually
that's
call them our permanent residents, and
Uh-huh.
that's for many reasons, but one of them is like, yes, this is their home
Right.
too. And like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's been a few people that are like, oh my God, they're all gonna come home with me. And especially, sometimes people get super drunk, and if they're freaked out about it and they're like, oh, they're all gonna come home with me. I'm like, okay, tone down the narcissism just a second
Uh-huh.
here, sweetheart. Because I'm telling you, it's not about you. They're
Yeah,
they're happy here. It's okay. But
exactly.
we do have an open portal, so that makes things a little bit more dynamic. So we have warned
Mhm.
people like, yeah, our permanent residents aren't going to go home with you, but if you track something through the portal, that could
Yeah,
maybe.
that could
So,
be.
I
Mhm.
was
that's a
I was gonna say
possibility,
too with that. I should get a copy of that book that you guys are selling to
right?
that woman.
Oh, it's
And
it's amazing.
yeah, I was gonna say too that that organization, that first organization that started with Cora Lorenzen,
Cool.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to check
she
that.
wrote a book about her first experience in Barron, Wisconsin,
Oh,
back in
shut
Oh,
up.
1930.
That's just
that's
down the road from Rice Lake, right there.
Okay, so this is the fact that she had her experience when she was 9 years old, 1934,
oh wow.
started the wheels going for like taking the UFO thing serious enough for an organization. They called it
Yeah.
APRO. It's called the Aerial Phenomenon Research Organization.
Mm.
Hmm.
Um, again, these guys really did their homework and they traveled around the United States covering other different cases, kind of like Jan Hynek did and stuff. I
Mm.
think they
Hmm.
might have like bumped into him a few times and
Mm.
other things. And I don't know if you know who Wendell Stevens is, Colonel Wendell Stevens. He's famous for the Billy Meyer case in Switzerland. He's known to have the largest UFO photograph collection in the world. And
Okay.
about 3 years ago, I caught wind that his storage locker was up for auction because
Oh.
his associate was keeping up with his storage locker fees until he recently died because Wendell died about 12, 13 years ago. And I got into that auction and I won two boxes that contained over 200 photographs of
Oh wow.
original fucking photographs of cases that he worked on with some of his notes, negatives, the actual fucking physical photographs with
Oh
like the
wow.
the fucking yeah, it's I put all this shit online and it went viral so much so where his old colleagues got a hold of me to verify what I had. And so like yeah, since I did and I've been on documentaries and
Oh
other
nice.
things. So I'm famous for the F-117 stealth fighter with the UFO Pensacola, Florida um, over the water. Someone was on the beach, and
Oh,
there's a series of
wow.
12 photographs. The
Oh
clearest
wow.
fucking. That's what I'm saying. Why isn't the government knocking on my door? It's like, okay, let's talk about this.
This is like
Right.
this is one of the clearest photos I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like every
It's
photo you ever seen is like some pixelated BS. Like that's
no, and I got
amazing.
one of the fucking
Jeez.
stealth craft, fucking taking swings at it.
Mhm.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
this thing came out of the water, and then there is a military base in Pensacola, Florida, that has these F-117s flying around at the time. This is
Mm.
94. This was a taken. But yeah, again, very clear,
Yeah.
shining.
Probably one of the clearest photos I've probably seen.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
real.
And the
Yeah.
fact you have the negatives, which makes it even more
Yeah.
authentic.
Uh,
It's just like, yeah, kiss my ass, right?
I love that.
So yeah, and then like I've been on these paranormal conventions and stuff like that, and I was one in Chicago, and I was my booth was right across from MUFON's booth. So everybody's like nudging me to go over there with my photo album. And then the head district there, Samuel, I forgot what was his last name. I think I have pictures. I blew his fucking mind. Him and his colleagues were just going crazy. You got the actual physical photographs.
Right.
His eyes were bugging out of his head. And I was like, hell yeah, here. I got him here. All right. This is the photo album that I brought to the convention. It's the guy with the tie there.
I bet he's. I,
Oh,
I
he was
bet.
wigging.
I bet his mojo was. Yeah. I bet.
He could
I
have.
bet
He's
his like
like,
UFO mojo was. Going. Having
yeah, he's giving me a
get to
fist
flick
pound
through
right there.
that.
He's like, you killed it.
Aw,
He's
nice.
like, but he's like,
Nice.
I want all your information. I want your phone number, email. And it's like, yeah, it was really cool just to get all like feel important that like I'm keeping these photographs alive and the stories alive and what Wendell was doing at the time too, because he knew Wendell and stuff like that. So yeah,
That's
it was an
that's
honor. It was pretty
awesome.
cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's big for us too. We're trying to, collect the history and photos of this place and
Mhm.
everything. And it's, some stuff we have and some stuff we don't, and some stuff we know other people have and they won't give it to us. And it's kind of like, come
Oh,
on.
that's unfortunate, you know?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
Well,
what the
really
Yeah.
fuck?
bums us out. We get it because we know that we're not the only people that love and appreciate this place, but
Right.
at the same time, it's kind of like it'd be great to have it here because we're trying to put all that stuff out on display and share it with
share it with
everybody.
people.
Yes.
And and I have told a couple of people, can you at least will it to us when you die? That'd be great, kind of thing,
Exactly.
But
We've offered to buy, not buy things off people, but obviously
like
it means something to them.
yeah,
So,
like offered like stupid money, like they're like, we'll give you $100 for that photo. That we'll give you $100 for that postcard. Like stupid money for stuff that
Uh-huh.
we never even get on eBay just because it means something to us. And they're like, no, I'm not ready to part with it yet. And it's like, well,
Right.
get it, but
Yeah,
if
I
you
feel
could leave
like
it to us, we
my
will. That'd be
like these
great.
photographs that I have are just as priceless too. I feel like I had to
Right.
like keep them in the family and keep everybody who's in the family tell them how important these are, and these are,
Right.
mm.
Mhm.
you might get killed over these motherfuckers, but you might.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to keep talking out loud. So
Dustin is not interested in ending his life,
no,
everyone.
I'm not. I'm very happy. I'm a
We're
very
just gonna
happy
put that
person.
right out there. Yeah, he's here to stay. So,
Yes. No,
Yeah.
it's just
And
yeah, it's crazy.
what about
mhm.
you, Melissa? Like, how'd you get into all this stuff?
Okay, so now I have, when we were talking about children having experiences, that is my backstory. It started with me having experience as a child. And you know what? I heard something similar, something about that we are our skulls, something is not entirely formed. So I feel like it makes total sense. And unfortunately, the times that I grew up in, this was frowned upon. I would, it sounds cliche, but I would have these experiences in the middle of the night. Like I would wake up to a spirit climbing on my tricycle in my room, and I would wake up and I'd scream. I would see the spirit, and my parents would say, no, nothing is here. It's just your imagination. Um, so I would just sleep every night with the covers over my head, and I was terrified. I knew that spirits were around me. But as we get older, I did what I could to tune everything out, but I always knew that this was a part of me. And I remember just being, I couldn't be in the dark. And even if my parents left the house as a young teen, I would turn every light on in the house. And they would come home and they would be like, why? There's like three floors. Why do you got every damn light on?
Even even the closet in the
Yeah, the
basement
closet, the
light is on.
bathrooms. Yep, yep, no.
What the fuck?
I so get what you're saying about it being like frowned upon too. Are
Yes,
you
yep,
Gen X, by the way, girl?
yes, yes,
Yep, yep.
yep.
We're like
So,
it's our boomer parents, had that, they grew up with, they could be thrown into an insane asylum if they heard anything things. So yeah, that was still kind of pushed on us growing up. So
yes, definitely. So, I just did what I could to tune it out, and I'm going into my adult life. And I remember about 10 or so years ago, um, waking up to a woman staring me in the face. And she was so happy to see me. And she was kind of moving side to side and just like, hi. Well, I let out this blood curdling scream, and I woke the whole house up. And then this has been my experience ever since. I have to really put up a lot of protective measures. I really have to set boundaries and say, hey, I'm trying to sleep. You cannot disturb my space. Now,
Mhm.
spirits may not. I don't feel that they mean any harm. I truly feel like they're happy to be seen. I can see them. They want to communicate. And I feel really bad that I'm probably scaring them away. And they're probably like, good Lord, lady, like chill out. But um, what happens is I'm in like a twilight sleep. I feel like I can see them in my mind's eye, and then I wake up and I physically see them.
Mhm.
So, but I've always, for that reason, had, an interest in the paranormal because as much as it frightened me, I was equally as interested. And of course, I watched all the shows growing up, Ghost
Mm.
Hunters, and all of the ones throughout the years. And the interesting thing I would do when I would watch those shows, if ever they had a medium come on the show, I would sit there and try to see if I was picking up the same thing as the medium would. And sometimes I would literally blurt out the same thing that she would. I would say, "There's a man here," and she would say, "Oh, there's a spirit of a gentleman here." So, and then a paranormal team in my area reached out and said, "Hey, I see you're a medium. Would you like to join us?" And that's what I do during investigations. I go into these places blindly without any knowledge of the history, and I see if what I'm tuning into matches the history of the location.
Which is the proper thing to do.
Especially
Yeah.
for a psychic medium. Yeah. We've had a few psychic mediums come in with groups, and like we will do when we do a guided ghost hunt, we will give like a little back history because we think it's helpful to excuse me, to know who you might be communicating with and just know some of the backstory and some of the spirits that might be in here. But some psychics and spiritualists and mediums and stuff, they're like, "Oh, no, no, no.
Mhm.
I will stay outside while you do that. I don't want to hear any of that because I want to see what I pick up." So, we totally respect that approach too, especially for a psychic medium for sure.
Yeah.
But
Because yeah, like you said, I mean, then to me it isn't authentic. If you know anything about the backstory or the people, you're going in there, you already know something. So yeah, you really should go in there blindly as much as possible. I believe it. And so what's interesting about my team is one guy is the team historian. He will know the backstory. And yeah, the other guy, he does his little bit of research as well. But together we would bring something unique to the table. And yep, and just put those puzzle pieces together during an investigation. So yeah, it is. It's pretty neat.
That's
Mhm.
Oh
That's
yeah.
cool. Well, hey, we're gonna wrap it up because we're getting towards an hour here, or maybe past an hour. But dude, that was
that's
so
fun.
awesome. Could you tell my audience where they can find you guys at? Do you guys have? You said you had a website. You guys do a
Absolutely.
YouTube channel too?
Where
Yeah.
our website's humbardhotelbar.com. So, and you can book on our site there. We're not actually on like any other booking platform right now because just they want to cut and that. So that's
Yeah.
tough for small business owners. So it's like, yes, you have to deal with us to book, but we have all our events on there and everything like that. But we are on the Book of Faces. And I started an X account, but I haven't had a chance to. We're owning and operating a business too. It's a little hard to do everything, but
It is.
then
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh, we've also got teamhadventures.com.
Oh, that's
That's.
Oh
cool.
yeah, that's
I
cool.
love that
And
logo. It's so
and
dope.
there's links on that webpage to our YouTube channel on there. Nothing's been uploaded for quite a while because obviously running this place has kind of took a lot of our time away from us.
Video editing is a lot of time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it is.
So
But
it's like,
we've got a lot of our locations that we've sort of been to on there, and on our YouTube channel we've got a few videos on there. And I think that's about it, isn't it?
well, yeah, we have the Humbird YouTube channel, and then we have the Team H one. So yeah, we have both. But yeah, that's pretty much all the socials and the websites, and of course,
Cool.
you can always call us. I know it's crazy, but you can call us
You
if you
can
got
like pick up a
questions.
phone and dial
Yeah,
numbers and
I
like
know.
talk to somebody like humans,
See
Or come in and see
like the
us. Like, I mean,
1980s.
yeah, right. I mean, that is one thing that we have going that, a lot of haunted places don't have going on. You can't go get a drink at Penhurst whenever the hell you want.
No.
Oh
So
shit.
it's like you can actually just come and have a drink here, and like,
Yes.
most psychics and mediums that have been in here have been like, yeah, there's at least 6 of them roaming around your bar at any given point in time. So like, that's just who's hanging out in the
Well,
bar at that
I
time.
might have to take a
So,
little field trip
Yeah,
this
yeah,
me too.
summer.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. Me and
yeah.
Melissa will take a field trip
We
together,
will. We will come
and
to
we'll
Yeah,
come
Humbird.
hang
we
out
have
with you.
beautiful rooms. You can check them out on the website.
Oh, we got beautiful
Like
rooms, huh?
we've given them a little judging,
Yeah.
and
Dustin,
Oh,
stop
snap.
it.
That's not.
You can
That's
stay in the
awesome.
room. It doesn't have to be together. It doesn't have, but in case you get scared, if you want to share a room, that way you got a buddy system sometimes is good.
That's funny.
No, there's nothing mean or malicious or
Right.
evil here. We definitely have protector spirits though. Like that's one thing we do tell people. It's like if you come in here with bad intentions, like this is their house too, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
like if you come in here and even if like, you're getting, a little nasty with a local or somebody that they know really well, it's like you might see something nobody else sees and get scared.
Mhm.
A
Might have
floating
something
pistol
happen.
heading your way.
Yep.
Or a floating clown with a knife.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
gotta
like
be
that?
like,
You like that AI? Yeah. Oh, that was very fitting then, right? Oh my God. I did not even know that.
Yeah, we were just on the same
Yeah.
page,
Oh,
man.
that
I
is
got
so funny.
uh,
Well, I
uh,
nailed it
got
right on the spot then, didn't I?
one here, one on this
and
side,
a
all
big clown on my back.
yeah, so
Yeah?
covered in clowns, yeah.
That's
Oh, that's so
cool.
cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we had a good giggle when we saw that. We were like, he knows
That is
so
so
well.
good. Oh, see, I nail it all the time, not even knowing. God, I love this shit. Oh, some bomb. Oh, cool.
Oh,
Well, hey,
that's
I'd love to have you guys back in
Oh
the
yeah,
future.
yes,
Maybe some
I
other
mean,
like-minded people, maybe some other
yeah,
Wisconsinites come
absolutely.
together. We'll
Yeah.
talk and witten up.
yeah. I mean, I mean, it'd be good to talk, some more about the sort of like UFO stuff. I mean, we did
We
roll
can.
up on Area 51. Was it last year?
Yeah, no, 2 years
Two
ago.
years
Oh,
ago.
that's
We
cool.
drove to the
That's
gate.
awesome.
We
I've
drove to
never
the
been. I
gate.
would love to go. That's so
So
tight.
I was like,
yeah, we went to go to the Clown Motel in Tonopah,
Oh, I want to
Oh,
try that. That
wow.
and
place is
then
gnarly, I heard.
we drove down the extraterrestrial highway
yeah, we did the
and
whole extraterrestrial highway. That's
Go
rolled up on
see
the gate. But trust us to find
John
a
Wayne Gacy's
man.
property. I don't know if that house is still standing anymore, but
wasn't Casey in like
Chicago.
Illinois? Yeah,
Chicago, yeah.
yeah, it's down in that
The
hood. But
killer clown.
he did a lot of parties up here in Wisconsin, so we kind of own him a little bit too, sadly.
Hey,
But
That's so
Georgie.
cool. I so need to visit Wisconsin, get away from the East Coast for a little while,
well, Whitewater is literally Salem #2, and
Really? I'm
yeah.
going to Salem in November. I've never been, so I'm finally going.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, look up Second Salem, and that's
Okay.
what pops up is Whitewater, Wisconsin. It's the second most notorious witch capital of the United States, and that on top
Really?
of all of our, we are
Damn.
the werewolf capital of the world. The Beast of Bray Road has been
Yeah,
seen
we got
more,
the dog man there.
than any other cryptid in like the history of like whenever. We got all
Wow.
the UFO stuff. We've got obviously
Lake Winnebago.
I mean, we have just so much stuff here. We've got the pyramids in the lakes, like Dustin
We
said.
got Astaland. Have you been there?
What is it?
Astaland?
Astaland.
It's
No,
the
what's
land
that?
pyramids above ground.
Oh
No?
my God.
Jesus Christ.
See, yeah, you're
Now
wealth
you
of
guys, I'm a
information.
little disappointed in you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna start
Check this out.
stalking you.
Here, I got pictures. These are above ground pyramids that they even think the Aztec might have came. That's why they call it Aztaland. They think the Aztec came.
Where's
Very
that at?
bizarre. Look how tiny the people are. They're gigantic
Yeah.
pyramids.
Wow. Where's that
It's about
at?
30 minutes away from Madison.
Shut up.
No. And this is the pyramid of the sun, and they have the pyramid of the moon. It's the one staircase pyramid. And so the natives in the area said that these people came from afar. They dressed differently. Some practiced elongating skulls, and they set up
Mm.
this gigantic wall around their village with the pyramids and waged war with other Indians, practiced cannibalism. And the most mysterious part about this place is that they just like dropped everything and disappeared out of thin air. There was no sign of sickness or war. They had tons of food behind them because of the river.
Mm.
Yeah, very, very odd. And then
Huh.
the UW still does digs here and still digging up bones and pottery and other fucked up shit. You
Amazing.
know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
So
That is
yeah,
awesome.
get your asses over there. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, right?
Oh,
We
shit.
got some road trips to do.
Aslan was
Jesus.
On their
Aslan.
doorstep.
What is that?
Yeah. Well,
You
thank
guys.
you for that.
guys are making me laugh.
I love weird stuff just right outside my own.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
everywhere. It's
I
everywhere.
love it.
Yeah,
Love
check it
it.
out. Well, hey, can you guys stick with me for 2 more minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.